Welcome to the Drivin Agricultural Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Joe Hollabaugh, professional breakaway roper and a member of the Ag Truck Trader Pro Rodeo team. Here at Drivin Agriculture, we are all things agriculture all the time, and our main priority is doing what's best in the ag space, talking trucks. So strap in and let's go roll some coal. Welcome back to Drivin Agriculture. I'm your host, Jordan Joe Hollabaugh, and I am here today with my fellow AgPack, certified ag, all things ag, Peyton Valentine. Welcome to the show today, Peyton.
Hey, Jordan. Thanks for having me back on. I feel like, just make me a co-host at this point. Everyone's going to get tired of hearing me talk, but there are so many great things to talk about. So here I am again.
100%. And we were both just talking about how there's so many different irons in the fire and so many different aspects of this team, but literally you are the co-host because we have formulated, and I guess I want to say squirrel brained, but that's not really we've been praying, we've been thinking, we've been brainstorming on this podcast for quite a while now. And so to see it come into fruition, we're both very excited. And you were one of the biggest, if not the biggest part in making this come into fruition. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Jordan. We couldn't do it without you, and you've been an incredible host. And, I think we said this on the first episode, but I am just so excited to share the whole story of the Certified Ag Group as a whole. Under our whole group umbrella, we have Ag Truck Trader, which is our online marketplace where customers can go and browse inventory from all of our certified ag dealers all across the United States. They can register for their AgPack ID and look at all the benefits that they can get just because they buy their truck from one of those certified ag dealers. We have CAD-FI financing. We have CAD Protect with our service contracts for the warranties. And there's just so many pieces under our whole umbrella that I'm just really excited to unpack and talk about them all. And today we're starting with AgPack.
Because that's 100%.
Yeah, it's the biggest value to the customers, in my opinion.
So I want to unpack just a little bit before we dive into AgPack, because that is what we're here and that's what we're talking about today. But a question I get all the time is, what is Ag Truck Trader and is it for real? Is it really that good of a deal? And so as we get into AgPack, let's back up into the first step of what do you do? What is your AgPack? Do you get your AgPack ID? And if you get that, do you automatically get rebates? Do you not? How does the process work?
Exactly. So there is a full customer process that everyone goes through. So I want to take one more step back before we dive into that, though, Jordan. And to really understand AgPack, we need to understand our certified ag dealers. So these are just regular franchise dealers: Ford, Ram, GMC, Chevy, Toyota, Nissan, whatever brand that you're accustomed to buying from already. It might be your dealer down the road. These dealers have shown a commitment to agriculture by raising their hand and saying, I want to be a part of the certified ag dealer program. I want to better serve the farm, ranch, and rodeo customers. And then once they do that and they enroll into our program, we give them very ag specific training. Because one thing, about farmers, ranchers, rodeo people, whether they're going to a store to buy their fertilizer or a tractor, they walk in and the dealer automatically knows that's an ag customer. But you go in to buy your truck, and a lot of times you buy from a minivan salesman. You buy from somebody that doesn't understand our needs as farmers and ranchers. And for us, and you know this, Jordan, because you put how many thousands of miles on your truck a year rodeoing and also, back on the family farm.
Yeah. So about 40 to 50.
Yeah. So you use your truck a little bit differently than just say a grocery getter, or what we like to call in the industry a pavement princess. These are tools and they're a part of our livelihood. They're something that we have to use day in and day out. So we take those dealers that have raised their hand to be a part of our program, and we give them specific ag training so that they better understand the agriculture customer. They speak the language, they understand their needs. And honestly, to be a part of our program, we require somebody from parts, service, and sales. We encourage lots more than that, but that is the minimum that have to go through ag training to be able to better serve these customers. When they sign up to be a part of the program, there's benefits to the dealers because we believe, rising tides raise all sails. Win, 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 win for everybody, right? So for the dealers, their benefits is they get to list their inventory on agtrucktrader.com. All of the inventory that is on the website there is going to be AgPack eligible. So customers don't have to scour through hours and hours on the internet trying to find the perfect farm and ranch vehicles because we have it all in one place. And they know all of these vehicles on the website are going to come with AgPack. So that's kind of the certified ag piece. And there's a lot more that goes into it with our dealers and everything, but that's very high level. We'll be unpacking those,
Yeah.
in future episodes and everything, but just wanted to kind of give you that background on
Yeah.
what certified ag dealers are, what Ag Truck Trader is that online marketplace. You go on there, you find your truck right then and there.
Yeah.
And
100%.
then those all come with AgPack.
So that's what I wanted to get to is like we're talking about AgPack today, but first and foremost, you have to find a certified ag dealer, purchase your vehicle, whether it's new or used through that ag dealer, and then comes your AgPack ID. So now let's dive into AgPack ID and AgPack and what it is and all the cool things we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. So the first step for customers is, go on to getagpack.com. I think Jordan's got it scrolling on the screen here if you're watching on
And it's
YouTube.
also going to be in our show notes.
Yep. So it's very easy to find, but just getagpack.com. The first thing you're going to want to do as a customer is register for the AgPack ID number. They're going to send that to you in an email, screenshot it, print it out, however it's easy to keep up with. And then whenever you are ready to make that vehicle purchase, whether it's a stock truck that is new or pre-owned, truck or SUV, anything that is on a full frame is going to qualify for AgPack. Or, Jordan, those beautiful new ag wagons that we just released, those Pro Rodeo Special Edition ag wagons too, those are all going to be AgPack eligible as well. So once you register for your AgPack ID number, screenshot it, print it out, and then whenever you are ready to make that vehicle purchase, whether it's this week or 2 or 3 years down the road, take that ID number in with you to a certified ag dealer. And then once you buy your truck, they put you into our system, and that unlocks all of your AgPack benefits. I do want to dive in a little bit because our customer process from our side is pretty cool, in my opinion. You think about a lot of businesses or corporations, and you have to press 2 for English, and you're on hold for an hour, and you can't get a hold of anybody, or you're chatting with AI on the internet, and it's not even a real person. And I get frustrated with that. So for our customer process, once you get put into our system after your truck purchase with your AgPack ID number, we have a real life person. Actually, Miss Betty, she is awesome. She is incredible. She gets ag inside and out. And she will actually call you up within a few days of you buying your truck, and she'll ask you questions because we know every operation is a little bit different. For me, I'm a cattle producer here in Texas. We got a cow-calf operation, and my needs might be a little bit different than, say, a fruit grower up in Michigan or, whatever, or you guys with your hay farm up in Colorado. So she's going to ask you some questions about your operation, and she'll walk you through all of the different AgPack partners. I think we're up to like 27 partners right now with our new announcement this last week. But with those, she's going to walk you through the offers. She's going to find out which ones will benefit you. Because we get it, maybe you might not use every single offer on there. Some is more for row croppers. Some is more for livestock producers. Some is good, like our Michelin tires, that's good all across the board. Everyone needs tires on their truck. So she'll find out which offers are important to you and basically just go through and check those boxes. One thing we also know is, right now, you might not be looking at fertilizer, or you might not be looking at some of these products. That might be coming a little bit later. You might not be thinking about your Top Gun backblade snowplow right now until it gets cold, right? So she actually will make notes of that, of when, you'll be interested in buying these products. And a little bit ahead of that, she's going to call you back and just remind you, because with AgPack, once you purchase your vehicle, you have an entire year to take advantage of all of these benefits, rebates, savings, coupons, discounts from all these incredible partners. Some of them, Jordan, you can use multiple times throughout the year. Every offer is a little bit different. So she's just going to remind you ever so often, hey, you indicated that you're interested in, your Valley Vet Supply offer, or your Durango boots, your Wrangler, whatever it is. And she's just going to remind you that you still have access to it. She'll give you a call every few months. And that way, we're busy on the farm, we're busy on the ranch.
Absolutely.
It's hard to remember things sometimes. So it's nice to have that a little bit of help there.
Well, and that's what I loved when I talked to Betty. I was like, she said, what are you doing? Where are you using? And then she went through the products, which you guys can go and look through all of our AgPack partners on getagpack.com. But I went through there and I'm like, okay, I might could use tires, obviously, farm and ranch equipment. Now we have our new partners we're going to talk to a little bit here in today. Valley Vet, definitely use that all year long. Durango boots. We have Rayco Builders building steel buildings. They're awesome. I mean, my parents were in construction. Everybody needs some type of barn or shed or barn dominium. They build all those things. So it's exciting to hear from all these partners. We're Fuel Box as well, which everybody on the rodeo road uses fuel. I have a fuel tank. So
Yeah.
every partner doesn't apply to me, but there are a lot of partners that do. And like you said, it's throughout the year. And so Betty would be like, hey, Jordan, when are you going to use the fuel box? I'm like, hey, man, probably not till April or May. So she's going to call me back then or email me or text me and say, hey, just wanted to remind you about these offers, which is awesome because as we pick it up, we're like, oh, cool, we've got all our AgPack stuff, and you forget about it. And then a year later, you're like, oh man, I never used that. So Betty does a great job of keeping in touch with you, letting you know the deals and rebates that we've got through AgPack and keeping them in front of your face and easily describing like how you use them, what the process is like with that company, and walking you through that step by step. It's not, and it's somebody you can understand. That was the best part about it. It's not somebody you can't understand that won't call you back, that won't get in touch with you. She is awesome at what she does.
Yeah, super thorough, super kind, very, very knowledgeable. She's just an amazing asset to the team, and we couldn't do it without her. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And one thing, Jordan, I want to touch on too is, like we said, all the offers are a little bit different. So I just want to kind of put that out there up front. I'm a big believer in transparency so that people understand that. Some of these, like I go back to Michelin because that's probably one of our most used offers, but just because, like I said, everyone needs tires. But like with them, I think you took advantage of this, but
Yep.
you buy your tires, you take a picture of your receipt, upload that to the website specifically for AgPack on there, and then you basically get mailbox money every time you're replacing your Michelin or BF Goodrich tires on there.
Yeah.
Um,
100%.
so that one's, more of the form of a rebate. Whereas we have, Valley Vet, Wrangler, some of the other partners where you go onto the website, pick out your products, with Durango, they're the same way. And you put in your specific AgPack code that we'll provide you with, and you get the discount right then at the time of purchase.
Yeah.
So all of them are a little bit different. Some of them are discounts, some of them are coupons, some of them are rebates, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's all savings, and it's
Yeah.
saving
It's safe.
real people money.
Absolutely. Saving and serving the community, the agriculture community, whether it's rodeo, whether it's ranch, whether it's farm, we're serving everybody in the community the best way that's possible for them and what they're using. That's what I love about it.
Yep, absolutely. And
100%. So what's your most exciting? We've got some new partners we're rolling in today. We're going to talk about those here. Stay tuned. Coming straight up on this episode, we're going to introduce you to all of our 4 new partners, and it's really exciting. So Peyton, what are you most looking forward to all the new AgPack partners that are coming on the show?
I'm honestly I'm excited to see the growth. Jordan, when I started with the company back in 2019, the value of AgPack, I think we had 8 or 9 AgPack partners, and it was a $10,000 value. Now we have, I think, over 27 partners. We have a regional offer on there, and the value of AgPack as of this week, with all of our new partners, with Durango Boots, with Valley Vet Supply, Rayco Buildings, Mil Spec Bed Liners, the Fuel Box. With those addition of all these new partners, the new value is $45,000 worth of savings.
That's
And
awesome.
that's just what I'm excited about. We know, like we said, not everyone's going to use every single offer, but in 2023, the average customer saved about $15,000 on their operations expenses. And that's real money that real people are saving. And in the economy and with the prices of things the way that they are right now, every dollar counts. And that's what I'm excited is to give that return on the investment to our truck buyers, to better serve the ag communities. And all of our AgPack partners, they are invested to that as well. And they have the same goal. And that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, Me too. So everybody stay tuned. We're fixing to roll right in to one of our newest AgPack partners here at Ag Truck Trader.
Yep.
Thank you so much for staying tuned and joining us on Drivin Agriculture. Here we go, talking about our newest AgPack partners.
Welcome back to the Drivin Agriculture podcast here. I'm Peyton Valentine and here with our new AgPack partners, Omar with Valley Vet. Omar, thanks so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So we are really excited. Of course, we're excited for all of our AgPack partners that are coming on board, but Valley Vet is kind of unique. It's a segment that we haven't really tapped into for our farmers and ranchers yet. Why don't we tell the listeners a little bit about who Valley Vet is and how you guys got your start? Because that story is really pretty cool.
Thank you. We're really proud of our history. Our history really started as a veterinary practice in Marysville, Kansas. Dr. Arnold Nagley and Dr. Ray Schultz were the two founders. Dr. Nagley started the animal practice in 1973 and then was joined by Dr. Schultz in 1976. They practiced veterinary medicine really through the mid-90s when they sold the practice to a husband-wife couple. And in between that phase, in 1985, the two families went down to the local newspaper and worked a couple of days and nights putting together the first homespun newspaper print catalog. And that is really what started Valley Vet Supply. When the doctors were serving their clients, they would have people that would call them and say, Doc, I can't come in to get my medicine today. Can you just ship it to us? And that's what prompted the thought, maybe we can make a business out of this shipping medicine thing. And so that started the homespun catalog in 1985. I remember back in 1998, I got my first little CD-ROM from AOL telling me I had mail on this digital thing. And that was crazy. I thought, where's the mail? In 1999, Valley Vet was already transacting business online.
Wow.
So the two doctors were very forward-thinking, early adopters of technology and started transacting business via e-commerce when also trying to figure out email. So that's really the founding of the company, how we got online. And then fast forward a few years, and I believe in 2009 is when the Nagleys, the two doctors hired their first pharmacist, and they were he was tasked with getting pharmacy licenses in all 50 states. And it took a little over a year, but by the end of 2010, we were a fully licensed national retail pharmacy in all 50 states.
Wow, that's incredible.
And Washington, D.C. So today, the way Valley Vet looks to our customers is we ship all over the country. We've shipped to all 50 states. We ship to some U.S. territories. We ship to some military bases overseas. And we do that across a spectrum of apparel to tack and supplies for horses, to livestock equipment and supplies, and of course, pharmacy items. We have 34 merchandise groups that run the gamut from livestock equipment to equine vaccines and pet supplies and apparel. So we're all encompassing. Our two category managers manage about 28,000 SKUs that they manage personally and supply those to our customers.
That's incredible. So, let's talk about our customers, because one thing we know at the Certified Ag Group, agriculture is diverse. We've got row croppers, we've got farmers, we've got ranchers, we have livestock producers, equine, agriculture is so diverse and kind of covers so many different people. So let's just focus a little bit on the livestock and the animals portion, because I know you said you do merchandise, you do all of the different things. So livestock, you guys do cattle, horses, kind of everything, right?
Absolutely. Our farmers and ranchers, they have been among the most loyal customers at Valley Vet Supply. We have some what we call farm customers, and that encompasses both farmers and ranchers that have been in our customer file for over 20 years, in some cases almost 30 years. And they've been incredibly loyal to Valley Vet. If I had to infer why, it's the service that our employees bring to the table. Orders that are in by 2 p.m. are out the same day.
Wow.
We ship fast, and our prices are actually really pretty good. I think our customers see how reasonable we are, how fast we serve, and they've stuck with us. So we're really, really grateful for that.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. And what that says to me, Omar, is that you guys understand your customers. You understand their needs. You understand how they're operating on the farm or ranch, whatever it is. And you understand that time is money. And you guys get those products out to them when they need it, because that could be a matter of life and death for some of these animals. And in our industry, that's money on the bottom line, and it's an emotional toll. So you guys are really filling a gap and serving those farmers and ranchers, and I'm just excited for you guys to be a part of it and being able to pass along this offer to all of the AgPack customers that buy a truck from a certified ag dealer, and just super excited. I do have to give a shout out to our friends at the American Paint Horse Association,
Absolutely.
Kurt Crawford, and all the folks. They are the ones that actually introduced us. I met Julie from your team there at the APHA World Show this past July. That's kind of how the conversations got started. So that was kind of our beginning. Where do you see the future taking us with this relationship?
Well, I guess that's yet to be determined. We feel like we have a lot of commonality with who you serve and who we serve. And again, getting back to the diversity, whether they're farmers that raise crops, many of them have cattle to consume some of those crops, at least a portion of them. They have horses. They certainly have pets. I don't know a rancher doesn't have a ranch dog. I don't know a horse owner doesn't have a barn dog or a barn cat. Those are our customers. We have that commonality. Where this goes in the future, everything evolves, and technology itself changes so quickly. I can't see that far in the future. I don't know where it goes, but it strikes me that we both have that mutual interest in serving. And with that mutual interest, I see a great relationship blossoming between AgPack and Valley Vet Supply.
Absolutely. We're very like-minded, like you said. We've got the needs of our farmers and ranchers at our heart, and we're just excited to see where this goes. So what I would say is the best is yet to come, right?
Absolutely. And relationships matter. Ours is fairly new, but you mentioned APHA. We've built our business on relationships with customers, relationships with vendors, relationship with partners. That means a lot to us. APHA has been very good for us. Julie Haggard is an incredibly social individual and great at managing those relationships for us. So I see nothing but great things coming.
Yeah, well, and talking about relationships, we just announced last week our new relationship with the PRCA, with the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. And whether they're timed events or whatever, they've got horses at home, they've got cattle at home, half of them have crops at home. So I can really see all of their fans and all of their athletes and everyone kind of benefiting from this as well. So we've said it once on this podcast, we'll say it 100 times. We're big believers in rising tides raises all sails, and we're just super excited. And Omar, thank you so much for joining us on the Drivin Agriculture podcast. We're very excited to have you guys as a part of AgPack.
Thanks for having us, Peyton. I see great things ahead, and we really value this relationship and how it started out.
Likewise. Thanks.
Thanks, Peyton.
Welcome back to Drivin Agriculture. I am your podcast host, Jordan Joe Hollabaugh, and I am here with another one of our newest AgPack partners, Miss Erin DeLong from Durango Boots. So, Erin, thanks for joining us today on the podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me and Durango Boots on, Jordan.
Exactly. Every cowgirl's got some Durango boots under her office desk or in the saddle or in the field or in the truck, wherever you got your Durango boots on.
I found you can never have too many pairs. So I've heard of some crazy numbers, and I thought, keep it going, flood that closet.
I've told my husband I need bigger closet space for my boot collection. I mean, it's like I have a closet for boots, and then I have another closet for boots, and then I have a pantry for boots, and then boots all around. So tell us a little bit about Durango Boots and your history from where you guys came from and evolved to as a company.
Yeah, so we were founded in 1966. So we've now crossed over the 50-year mark. We're actually encroaching now on 60 years soon to be, which is hard to believe. We actually are headquartered in Ohio, and some people may not know that, but we're under the parent company, Rocky Brands Incorporated. So we're one of 4 other wholesale footwear brands that Rocky owns, but we are the Western division, and I like to say the fun team in the fun division. But we manufacture and wholesale men, women, and kids products. So our assortment and our brand portfolio covers a wide demographic of different types of styles. So like you mentioned earlier, having a ton of boots is great, and having something for every occasion, every outfit is really crucial. But we have everything from workwear, styles, safety, non-safety, waterproof styles. We have core Western, more on the performance side of things. We have exotic styles. We have fashion forward styles, which are fun. And then we have a lot of takedowns. So the mom and dad styles, we also have available in kids. So kids can match their parents, which is a very fun family
That's cool.
opportunity there. Yes. So we have a lot of great options in our brand portfolio for customers to shop and find.
Well, and I love that too because literally, as a cowgirl myself, one person might think, "Well, you're just wearing cowgirl boots," right? Which I am a lot of the times when I'm rope and breakaway, I'm in my cowgirl boots. But then on top of that, I'm cleaning pens, I am feeding calves, I am driving around. I go to other events to wear my cowgirl boots that are a little scuffed up with my spurs on them. Really don't fit, so I need some fancy boots. I mean, so I feel like every hat we wear, we also need a pair of boots to follow that venture and do. And so I love how you guys offer such a wide variety of literally like anybody can step into a pair of Durango boots and hit the ground running.
They can. And to your point, we've had a lot of customers. Yes, these are my, everyday wearing boots, but here's my church boots. Here's my going out boots. Here's my two-stepping boots. And so, we're a brand though that I'm fortunate to say that, we fit that mold for those demographics and those consumers that are looking for maybe 5 pairs in a day, they change out. But also on the flip side, you have customers that say, "Hey, boots are the only thing I wear. I don't have tennis shoes. I don't have sandals. I have nothing. I'm wearing these boots for 13 to 14 hours a day. I need something that's going to last, that's going to be durable and supportive, that's comfortable." And our brand has that. And something I love to tell people, and if you wear boots often, there is a break-in period. There's
Yeah.
a time where you have to actually break them in to get them to fold and morph to your foot. And with our products, I'm proud to say there's really no break-in period. You put those babies on and you're ready to go, no matter what category it may be. So that's something I think sets our brand apart from other footwear brands.
Yeah. 100%. And, I will have to say that from my Durango boot experience, I got a Durango boot certificate for competing and placing at the American. So I'm like, oh yeah. So I order my Durango boots, and I will say as soon as I put them on, they were comfy and I hit the ground running. And it wasn't like, I do know that there is a break-in period with most boots, but I can honestly say, customer testimonial right here, I did wear them and took off, and it was like I didn't even think about it till the end of the day. And they were comfortable all day long. And that's one thing, from whether you're a farmer, rancher, rodeo cowgirl, rodeo cowboy, you're walking a lot of miles, a lot of hours all day long. You're on your feet, and that is huge. That's something my husband has struggled with terribly. Is like he can't find a comfortable pair of boots to wear all day long. And so I love that you guys are offering that.
We are. And you hit a really good point there, competing at the American. So I'm really glad that you did get a pair. We also have 19 incredible Team Durango athletes that we sponsor. And really, through our partnership with them, we're getting a lot of great feedback where they're particularly wanting certain things in their products. So we take a lot of that. Instead of VOC, I say VOA, Voice of Athletes, and instill a lot of their feedback into these products that we're developing and engineering. So to your point exactly, we're listening. We want our ears to the ground on what our consumers and athletes are saying about our products, what would make them even better. But yes, to that point, absolutely. We have something for everyone that is supportive, comfortable, durable, and that you will love and won't break your bank either.
Well, exactly. And I love that. And that's what we're all worried about, keeping our money together, right? And putting it forward to good use and things that we need and we utilize on a daily basis. So let's talk a little bit about this partnership with AgPack that you guys you're joining the AgPack team, you're becoming partners. So what was the value in that for you guys? And what do you want to share with our AgPack listeners today?
Yeah, well, first off, we're so honored to align ourselves with the AgPack team. I met Pat Driscoll last year in person, and we kind of talked a little bit more about the partnership and what AgPack does to our farm and ranch and rural communities. And I thought, my gosh, we share the same consumers every single day, those blue collar individuals that are looking for, maybe a price centric product that's going to last for their demanding lifestyles. And so throughout all of that, I thought this is kind of a no brainer. This is a hand in glove fit for both of us. And so this now has birthed from the last, 6 to 9 months to now that we're here, and we're very excited. And, we have a lot of synergy. A lot of other Western brands that we work with also work with AgPack. So it was kind of like a no brainer on, hey, we're all coming together. We're rallying together to make our Western industry even better. So for us, again, to offer our product to the rural and ranch communities is great in serving those individuals and hopefully bringing some new eyeballs and some individuals to our brand that's never worn Durango before.
Yeah. Well, and one thing I love that I hear you say a lot is serving. You're serving your community, you're serving your customers, and that's what we're all about here at AgPack is serving and faith, country, you know, all of the things that we stand for, we believe here at AgPack, and I love that you guys embody that. Tell me, what is it like to walk a mile in your Durango boots every day? I know it looks a little different on the back end of what you're doing, but tell us a little bit about what you're doing on a daily basis in your Durango boots.
Well, in mine, it is a little different. I'm from a corporate standpoint. A lot of my boots are under my desk that I'm wearing, whether that be in a boardroom, whether that be in meetings or whatnot, going out to customers and meeting them, media, meetings as well. So for mine, a little bit, they are worn on more on concrete, if you will. But I love them. But to that point, walking every single day in the product, something that, hey, I can't wait to take them off, when I'm at home or something. I don't feel that. Because again, when you put them on, you don't even feel like you're kind of wearing boots at times. And there's a lot of idiosyncrasies and DNA points in our product that when they're engineered and they're built, our product team comes from an orthopedic background. So I am going to hijack a second my answer. And a lot of the nuances in our product help your body alignment. So as you're walking, you don't realize it, but actually your gait is correct. Your hips and your back are correct. Oftentimes, when you wear product, you're hurting physically due to a lot of times what's on your feet. So for me, that's something, where I'm wearing that in a business setting, I don't even realize I'm wearing my product necessarily. So there's a lot of different facets and different angles with our brand and our products that you can wear them, whether you are competing in an arena, you're not, you're mucking stalls, you're riding, you're working cows or whatever it may be. There's a lot of different angles to it. So that's the beauty of our brand and our products. But for myself, a lot of times it is in the corporate setting, but I love that.
Well, if you need to get your boots dirty, you can come to my arena and you can get them dirty there, and then I'll come hang out with you on the concrete. We'll do some corporate things. It'll be fun.
There you go.
Uh,
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit. There's a really exciting partnership. So everybody knows here at Certified Ag, we just announced our huge announcement that we're coming out with the Ag Wagon, and we are also now the official truck of the PRCA Rodeo this year. We're partnering with the PRCA. You also at Durango Boots have a pretty cool announcement. So tell me a little bit about that.
We do. So the last several years, we've aligned with the PRCA, becoming the official boot of the National Finals Rodeo, which is tremendous for us. And that has really taken our brand to new heights and gotten us in front of customers that maybe we've not been able to speak to in the past. So that partnership has really risen our tide, if you will. And then we also have our brand new PRCA collection in our brand. So it's a 10 boot package that is licensed and badged with the PRCA. We have everything from cutter toes to square toes to exotics to rough outs. You name it, we have it in this collection. This is our really, top tier offering in our brand from a price centric standpoint, but they're absolutely beautiful. They're gorgeous. The PRCA team is wearing it. All of our athletes endorse it and are wearing it as well. So the synergy wise for us, you guys coming on board as well as an official partner in us, it's a perfect match.
Absolutely. And I have seen that edition. My really good friend Kelsey Domer, breakaway roping world champion 2024. She went and got a brand new pair of Durango boots. She's also one of your sponsored athletes at the NFR, and she was sporting them around. She loved them. So I think it's so cool. I can't wait to see all of our AgPack partners literally in their PRCA special edition Durango boots in the PRCA special edition Ag Wagon. I mean, it's going to be kind of a cool thing.
It's awesome. I love it. I'm going to maybe have to get one of the trucks. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so the coolest thing about it is like you can get any truck you want, Ford, Ram, Chevrolet, GMC, whichever you want. Then you put the Ag Wagon in it. Obviously, it's going to be AgPack. It's going to have all these benefits that we're talking about today. Then you jack it up with Ag Wagon. It's kind of a cool deal. Really feng shui fancy, like you're going to be rocking it wherever you're at. So it's a pretty cool deal. But thank you so much, Erin, for joining us today and sharing just a little bit about your walk in Durango boots. We're excited to have you as an AgPack partner. And everybody, if you want to learn more about all of our AgPack partners, especially Durango, you can go to getagpack.com and check out all of our exclusive partners, all of the rebates that they offer and everything there, especially Durango boots. You can go to durangoboots.com. And we also have a really special link for your special Durango boots in our show notes. So if you haven't looked there, make sure you go and click on it in our show notes. And we are talking about some more exciting AgPack partners as we follow up with the show today. So stay with us, and we will talk to another AgPack partner coming up shortly. Thanks, Erin.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, guys, here we are today at Drivin Agriculture again, bringing you one of our newest partners, Mr. Steele Hunter, and his two companies, Mil Spec Liner, as well as the Fuel Box. So, Mr. Steele, thank you for coming to the show today.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
So, you are quite the businessman. You have two companies here at part of AgPack, and we're very excited to have you on board. Tell us a little bit about both of your companies and the background on them and kind of how they tie together.
Mil-Spec is our primary company that we started over 5 years ago. Been in the industry for 20 plus years. It's a spray-in protective coating that a lot of people know it as a truck bed liner. The spray-in bed liner goes in the bed of your truck to protect from everyday damage, wear and tear on the farm, the ranch, and everyday life. We also use it for exterior coatings and rocker panels, grill guards, bumpers, those kind of things as well. And just enough protective coating. The fuel box is our fuel tank and toolbox combination that we, of course, it's sprayed with the fuel box, mil-spec liner to give it added protection. It's a extremely heavy duty walled, 100% aluminum, 100% made in the USA fuel box and toolbox combo. We have a patented monitoring system that plugs into your factory plug underneath your dash. It monitors the amount of fuel in the tank and in your truck, so that when it automatically knows when your truck hits a quarter tank, it'll go ahead and fill that truck back up to 3/4 of a tank. And
Awesome.
So you can roll down the road and give you added range. You can also have it, just leave it off. A lot of my farm and ranch guys, we leave it off so we can have it. We have an auxiliary transfer pump in it as well, option, so we can fill our tractors, our skid loaders, sometimes our UTVs as well.
I love it. Well, and I think that both of those things are obviously appealing to me because I'm a rodeo cowgirl, but I feel like they're appealing to everybody whether you're farming, ranching, rodeoing, it applies in all the things that we do because we need fuel. We're always out and about. We're not close to town. We're out about and doing all the things. So talk to me a little bit about this mil-spec liner. I have so many scratches and dents in the back of my truck. It's not even funny. Not even funny. And my husband, now he takes my truck, so it's 10 times worse. But just hauling everything that we do. And I feel like, I'm out on the road for 6 months out of the year. And so as much as we can get in the back of our truck, we do. Talk about this mil-spec liner. How long does it last? What's the warranty on it? Tell me a little bit about it.
Our mil-spec liner, again, it's a spray elastomer, polyurea. It's going to basically have a lifetime warranty on our product. So we guarantee once we put in your truck, we guarantee for the life of the time that you own that truck. We have a nationwide dealership network that's over 247 dealers nationwide and growing. So if you ever were to have an issue, you can roll into any one of our dealers. It's got a warranty badge embedded in it on the passenger driver's side, so that identifies it. There's also a registration, so your vehicle is registered with our nationwide warranty, so you can go into any dealer and get it taken care of. To be honest, over the last 5 years, I think we might have had four, maybe five warranty claims. So it does what it says it's going to do. It lasts. It protects your truck. It helps it, keeps it more like it was when it was brand new. Sorry,
I love it. That's okay. It's all good. We get excited when we talk about all the cool products that we've got here as part of the AgPack team. And then next, let's talk about the fuel box. If you've ever been stuck in the middle of nowhere and have no fuel, you will understand everybody needs a great auxiliary fuel tank as well as tools, yes, right? Ma'am. So I love that they're 2-in-1 because, again, I have so many different tools in the back of my bed of my truck. And then you have fuel on top of that. Right now, I've got a 90-gallon fuel tank, which is huge, but we travel, we're trying to go 8 or 10 hours at a time without stopping and getting fuel. However, it doesn't have a very good box on top of it for tools. Like, it's tiny and I can't add many. So tell me what your design features were behind that and creating a 2-in-1 and then coating it with the mil-spec for more protection.
Okay, so we have multiple sizes. We can actually make custom wise too, but our standard models is a 40-gallon. It's actually it's a 44-gallon tank, a 60-gallon tank, and an 87-gallon tank. So We have the different sizes. They're all made to fit depending on what site your truck you have. If it's a short bed or a medium bed or a 8 foot long bed or a flat bed, they're designed to fit those. But it is not the security of it having, again, like you said, wanting to have fuel. I leave mine off, so I'm out on the farm, whatever else. I'm not paying attention. I look down. I'm not stuck or can't get back to town or going across Wyoming or where, like you do, young lady. You haul your horses, and sometimes there's not fuel stops out there. So it's the middle of the night. You got to get to the next meeting or the next rodeo event. You got to roll, and you might not be able to find gas. So it does that. The toolbox is they vary between 7.5 to 8.5 inches deep, so it gives you a very large capacity. We have a special spinning system in the lid. A lot of typical toolboxes over time, by opening them or closing them from the corners, they start to flex. The lids don't shut. Ours won't do that. We designed it to be that way. Again, it's probably the heaviest aluminum toolbox standard on the market, or 125 aluminum tank, or 10 aluminum box. And then again, we put a layer of mil-spec protective coating across it around the entire thing to protect it. So it's we give a 3-year warranty on that, partly because it has some electronics and things involved in it. But the liner itself, we know will last as long as that toolbox lasts.
Well, and what's interesting to me is the make and model of it too. It's made in the USA, but on top of that, I don't know how many times I've looked in the rearview mirror, and because I've opened and closed my fuel tank so many times, it's flapping up, and it's like, oh, I got to pull over and slam that lid shut. So I love to hear that won't happen in the fuel box. Definitely going to have to switch mine out. Talk about this part. You can help me out. I'm glad. People who know people. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk me through this AgPack partnership. Why did it make sense for you guys to come on with AgPack and be a part of the team? And what are you most looking forward to helping this community out?
Well, I have been growing up in the agricultural world all my life. We grew up having a dairy in the panhandle of Texas, and cattle in South Central Texas, and row crop land and things in our family. I'm just an agricultural guy, and I have horses and cows of my own. So anything I can kind of get back and help our community, a great people. And we also support MBHA and RSNC, so the rodeo people too are just as much agricultural as anybody. And I just like giving back to that community. So many years, no bedliner manufacturers ever marketed to agricultural people, ranchers, farmers. We're generational truck owners, folks. And I'm like, I'm not sure what is wrong with y'all, but I'm a jarhead. That's more U.S. Marine, formerly. And so I'm like, well, man, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I figured this one out. So we help the good community of agricultural, salt of the earth people, help our veterans. We support a ton of veteran foundations. From Travis Mills Foundation is one of our primary foundations that we sponsor. We also support Wounded Warriors, Tunnels for Towers. We support St. Jude's. But right there along, it kind of goes that the mentality of the agricultural farming community and people. We're American first, God, country, family, God, and country. And so that's what I'm excited about.
God, family, country. That's what we're all about. And that's huge. And just being a part of, that's our foundation. And that's where we begin at AgPack, knowing that that's where our partners are, and that partnership meets halfway. It's super important to us too. Talk a little bit about Made in America. What does that statement, like, what does that mean to you and your company?
Made in America, a product that's got pride and quality, honesty and integrity, all wrapped into it. We stand behind what we make, and we couldn't be more proud of it. So that would be Made in America. Should make you proud as punch.
100%. It makes us proud, and we're proud, God, family, country, and all the things. We're so excited to have you guys on board on our AgPack program. You can go to getagpack.com and find out all of the information on these mil-spec liners, the fuel box. You can get 2 in 1. I don't know why you wouldn't. Mr. Steele, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your product with us. And we're so excited to have you on the team and move forward with this program.
We are extremely happy to be here and honored to be here. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, guys. So we are here on our next segment talking to our next AgPack partner here on Drivin Agriculture. And I would like to welcome Zach Bauer to the show with Rayco Builders. Zach, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us. We're pumped.
So we're pumped to have you at Drivin Agriculture, obviously, on the podcast, but we're also pumped to have you as their newest AgPack partner. So give me a little bit of background about Rayco Builders and what all it entails and what you're bringing to the AgPack program.
Yeah, well, Rayco Builders was established back in 2009 with Tom Jurgens, owner, founder, and he'd been in the industry for many years of doing steel buildings, construction, and just saw a need for quality products, quality construction. And so he started Rayco. The funny thing with Rayco, a lot of people ask us what does the name mean? It's actually his two kids' names put together, Ray, Lynn, and Cole.
Very
And
cool.
kind of a unique element to that, but started the company really focused on bringing quality steel buildings to customers, to businesses all over. And over the years, it has really developed into a full service construction company, general contracting, with a really focused emphasis on steel building and concrete, which we self-perform all that with an in-house drafter, designer. And over the years, we've seen the growth of, building shops to commercial buildings to industrial, and then has really spread beyond where we're located is in South Dakota, really all over the country, many different states in the area, really bringing that quality construction to customers, to families, to farm ranchers, whoever. And we're excited because AgPack really fits into well with who we are. We started really the company working directly with agriculture. Obviously, South Dakota is a big agricultural state. And with that, our mission has always been to take people's dreams and turn them into reality, and really working and bringing that solution to an agricultural family, farm, business, that quality building. And so with AgPack, it was kind of a natural fit for us to come alongside and join. And with our offer, we really are bringing a discount, 5 cents a pound on steel for steel construction. And anytime someone wants to build, a shop or build some kind of facility, we will provide that discounted rate along with the full general contracting service that we provide with it. Really, hopefully, in allowing people to maybe put that expansion on their shop or to build a new outbuilding. This allows us to come alongside them and really build something that's going to be a solution for them and their family.
100%. Well, and I think that that's exciting. My family, my mom actually was is still a custom home builder. And so
Oh,
I've grown up in the construction world and I love
yeah,
every bit of it. But, that was one of her biggest goals as well, is making your dreams a reality. And
yeah,
her company was called Prize Homes. So it's really neat that you guys are doing this and then you're doing it in the agricultural realm. And that's where you
yeah,
started. Like that's
yep,
where your roots started. So you know what the needs are, you know what the solutions are, you know how to provide those things.
correct.
Anytime you can get a discount on steel, it's like
Uh,
amen,
it
hallelujah,
is. I
right?
know.
I mean, because it's so expensive now, but it's
It
something
is.
that we have to have and it's a necessity. And so talk a little bit about, as your foundation, you grew up in ag, what are some of the things that you guys have built for agricultural solutions that you've seen to be most effective in the past years?
I mean, it really, because we bring that steel construction, we approach it with a full customized solution. We don't do anything that's just a box setup. Everything is custom built and designed to the customer's needs, and so it can range from an outbuilding to barn dominiums to I'm trying to think of some of the recent ones, arenas, shops, um, all over the place. I mean, we build anything, right now, building a barn dominium out in the western side of the state to, 100,000 square foot manufacturing facility. We really enjoy building anything that would fit anybody's solution. And what I said, we pride ourselves in that custom design. With
Mhm.
having that all in house, we can design it, customize it, and really fit to anybody's need, what they need and want.
Well, and I think too, it's neat to know as I'm hearing you talk, it's not just specific residential, it's commercial, it's residential, it's all scopes of the project. So I don't want our ag partners to think that you're limited to only building personal or only building commercial. You can do it all. They just need to get a hold of you and go over the project scope. So walk me through that. If I'm an ag partner and I'm interested in working with you guys, what does that process look like?
Yeah, so initially they'll fill out a form, we'll get a contact, we'll reach out and kind of start that relationship. Again, we believe everything is relationship based, hearing what it is they want, what are their pain points, what are their dreams, what are they looking for, scope of work, and then what happens is we collect all that, and then we work with our in-house drafter who will then begin to kind of mock up a floor plan and some of the logistics of what they're looking for. And then that's really where we go back and forth on adjusting size and height and what rooms they want, what do they need for storage, what do they need for garages, all that kind of stuff. And then we kind of work it down from there. Once we kind of come up with a finalized floor plan, then we'll go out and get kind of pricing, and then we'll propose kind of the full scope of the work. And we do fixed price guaranteed proposals. So when we give a final price, it won't be any higher than that. And you'll get exactly what you're looking for. And then that begins the process of, the construction. Like I said before, we self-perform. We have our own concrete and our own steel crews. And so those two are kind of the two biggest pain points a lot of times in construction. And so we control that. And so we can usually get things faster, which then allows timelines and budgets to be more favorable on the customer side.
Yeah, and timelines and budgets are huge. I mean, because at the end of
For
the
sure.
day, we're all trying to keep our money together to keep moving forward and keep doing all those. Plus, we need it like yesterday, right?
Yep. Yep.
So tell me a little bit about some of the projects you've done. Like, what are a couple of your favorite builds that are completely different scopes? Maybe give us an example of like a residential build in agriculture to a commercial build in agriculture that your favorite projects.
Yeah, we've done a couple of really cool shops with living quarters on them. A lot of times out here in South Dakota, you'll have some that are, during calving season, they would like an outbuilding that they can store equipment in, as well as spend the night in and stay in. So that's kind of a unique feature to be able to put in some living quarters. That's fun. Some of our big manufacturing facilities are really cool when you get in there and see the cranes and the clear span that you can have in the size of a building. Those are really unique and fun to see those kind of build out. We were just in Wyoming yesterday for a project that we're doing for a freight company, and just a really cool, unique building with the colors they chose. And I think they have 23 doors for all their freight trucks moving in and out, with a huge parking lot. And a lot of times, from my side, you see it on a drawing, you hear about it, and then when you get on site and you see the scope of a building, it's really cool to see all those things come together. And that's the unique thing. A lot of people don't know about steel buildings. They always just think it's just a metal box that you set up. But today, there's so many different opportunities to do different exteriors, different materials, different design features you can do. That really doesn't make it look just like a steel box that's sitting out there. You can actually put a lot of different exterior features on it that make it look unique and custom, and maybe fit it into the surroundings or whatever you're looking for. And so those are the few that we've done recently that are really cool to see, from the early stages of a drawing to kind of seeing it fulfill and actually go up, and then actually see companies and agricultural people use these for what they need.
Yeah. Well, and two, it makes me think I'm a very visual person. And so that was always something my mom was like, "This is what it's gonna look like." And I said, "Yeah, yeah, I don't see that." Right. And then it's finished product and I'm like, "Oh, I get it now."
I
And so
get it. Yeah.
I think that's really neat how you're literally walking your customers through step by step from the drawing stages to when it finally comes into fruition. Like they know what to expect, they know what to look like. But secondly, I want to talk about you're being able to customize this and make it your
Yeah.
brand, right? Everything in life is about your brand. And especially within agriculture, we're so proud of what our families have worked for and where we're at, and what we've accomplished together as a family and as a group and the community. And so branding your stuff is really essential and important to me. And so I think that's really cool that you guys are offering that, and really, how do we customize it to fit your program, your needs, and all the things.
Yeah, no, it's a great feature. It's a great opportunity to allow people. Again, a lot of people think when they think of steel building, they just scroll through a catalog and they take 1B. Everything is really whatever you can dream up. We will find a way to engineer and make that work the best suit and create uniqueness. I mean, that's the thing is there's so many different unique design opportunities that people can build into their designs and see that you don't usually see, you know, driving through the countryside or driving through cities. There's a lot of options out there.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I'm excited talking about it. I know we don't have a whole lot of time here, Zach.
Yeah.
So if you were going to have a takeaway and share with all of our AgPack partners, you've shared so much today, but what's one thing that you would share to them to encourage them to get in touch with you guys and let them help their dream become a reality?
I think starting that, you know, everyone always wonders where they could begin. You know, they probably thought about a building for years, and you maybe are prohibited with, well, it's going to cost too much, or we'll wait and see next year. I think get started on dreaming up, working on mock-ups, start working on the process. Really puts you in a better place to start a project when you can kind of get an idea of what the scope's going to take, the timeline, what you can do. Even if you're not ready to start building this year, maybe it's a next year project. It's great to get started and start putting stuff on paper. I think it helps those dreams start to really become a reality.
100%. And two, within Certified Ag Group, we have CADFI. So financing, we've got you covered. We've
There you
literally
go.
got you covered in all areas. So Zach, welcome to the AgPack team. We're very
Thank you.
excited to have you. Thank you for joining us and sharing about Rayco Builders today. You guys can go and find all of their info on our website, getagpack.com, or you can go and look at raycobuilders.com as well. We have all of these information and everything in our show notes. So if you guys have any questions, getagpack.com. And thanks, Zach, and we will see you down the road.
Thank you very much.